Hey guys, I just thought I'd show you how easy this blanket is. Some of you would have seen listed in my shop the baby car seat reversible blanket. So it's got a nice honeycomb pattern on one side and a hessian pattern on the other. And obviously some people look at it and go, oh my gosh, how would you do that? But actually it's really simple. The patterns are literally knit, purl and slip stitch with a turn at the end of some of the rows. So I thought I'd just give you a quick show of how we do it. So obviously we're going to go knit 1, purl 1, knit 1, then we're going to slip 3 stitches. So we're going to do it knitwise, purlwise, knitwise, then we knit the next stitch. And so when we do that, that brings the yarn along, which creates this long stitch here. So we just go like this, knit the next stitch, purl 1, knit 1, and then we're going to slip 3 again, so doing it knitwise, purlwise, knitwise. You're creating that loop, knit 1, purl 1, knit 1, and we do that to the end of the row, and then, well actually to where the rib is, and then we do a turn. So I will just knit to there and I will show you the turn. Okay, so I'm back, and as you can see I've just reached the border edge where the rib stitching is, and the with the edge of the pattern in the middle through here. So what I need to do is, because I'm not going to work these stitches in this row because it's a slip stitch row, I need to turn and start working in the opposite direction. So in order to do this, I simply slip the next stitch, bring the wool to the front so it essentially wraps around the stitch, and then pass that stitch back again. So I'll just do that again. So undo it. So I've got to the edge of the border and I want to turn, so I slip the next stitch, bring the yarn in front, slip that stitch back, and then turn my work. Now I am ready to start the next row, which is purl 1, knit 1, purl 1. So I just purl 1, knit 1, purl 1, and we continue that across the rest of the row. Now the reason that we wrap that wool around that first stitch is just simply so that as we work up, we don't, when we turn, because we're not knitting across the whole row, wrapping that around stops it from making a hole down the side here. And the reason that we're actually doing the turn is because every time we do one of these rows with the slip stitches where we're making these loops, we're not knitting all of the stitches all the way along. So therefore, if we were to knit these border rows all the time, we would do twice as many rows across the border as what we would do through the middle of the pattern. And this would mean that this part would become really long while this bit would stay the same, and this would then start to bunch as it goes up the blanket. So we're just trying to reduce the number of rows that we're knitting across the border to keep it nice and even. I hope that helps. Any questions? Always just ask. I'm happy to help. Happy knitting!